There's a quiet place amidst the din, place to go when there's no room at the inn, a still center in a world that spins. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, there are fairy lights where kitsch meets sublime, tinsel on trees, baubles that shine. There's a baby in a manger, a light divine. There's a promise of peace at Christmas time. Promise of peace at Christmas time. There's a light that shines above the dark streets, that'll lead you to that which you've forgotten that you seek. A quiet place for all who roam, for those who wandered far from home. There are fairy lights where kitsch meets sublime, tinsel on trees, baubles that shine. There's a baby in a manger, a light divine. There's a promise of peace at Christmas time, a promise of peace. So get off your high horse, open your heart, get on your donkey and follow that star, and bring your faith and your hopes well worn. Bring what's longing to be born. There are fairy lights where kitsch meets sublime, tinsel on trees, baubles that shine. A baby in a manger, a light divine. There's a promise of peace at Christmas time, a promise of peace at Christmas time. Thanks for joining me on Song and Delve. That's the song. Now for the delve. So, I was driving around looking at Christmas lights. Always brings out the little kid in me. I get cynical sometimes, walking through the supermarkets and stuff. It's when I'm tired. I go, oh God. All the materialism, all that stuff. But then that can just become a bit of an ego trip. Look at me, so superior. I can see through all the materialism, and I could go, come on, man, you live in the world. I like the material stuff. You should see the stuff behind that camera there, the technology that's making this modest little Song and Delve YouTube channel run. Stuff I earned hard. This guitar's worth a lot of money. It's a beautiful guitar. I worked hard for the money. I live in the world of the marketplace. That's great. And it's a noisy world. It's so noisy. It's the cacophony in the marketplace and in the streets and the shopping centers and in the family home sometimes. And it can be a beautiful noise, and it can be wonderful to get amidst the noise and to make some noise. And especially around this time of year, it can get pretty crazy. And that's if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, you live in a part of the world where the noise is like bombs gone off and the world's in a mess in a lot of places. So where is the quiet place? Where's your quiet place? I found myself in a manger, like a recreated manger. It was this thing called Road to Bethlehem. It was put on by a local church, and they acted out parts of the Christmas story. And there I was in a manger. There was a donkey, a real donkey, sitting right there. This donkey's just there being a donkey. I'm sitting next to this donkey. There's straw everywhere. There's Mary and Joseph, actors, playing it. There's a little Bubba. There's a couple of angels over them. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. The baby in the manger is such resonance for me. I don't know if it does for you. I don't know if for you Jesus is a real person that brings promise and hope that you're in relationship with. That's what Jesus is like for me. I know for many other people, Jesus and the Christmas story is more symbolic, represents an extraordinary story that has truth to it, regardless of what you believe about the actual Jesus and working miracles and coming back from the dead and that stuff. But the truth that runs in that story, look at the story. Jesus comes into a world that is pretty messed up and says, hey, we're all messed up and we're loved. And you just got to remember that love, because you've really lost your way, you powerful people, and you got caught up in your money and your virtue signaling and your status, and you've forgotten. And hey, there's good news though. We're all children of God. And, hey, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. He just says this stuff that's really just, anyway, I'm getting into a lecture. I don't want to lecture. I'm sorry. I don't want to lecture you. I don't want to lecture. That's my sin. I get quiet. I just want to be wise, I just want to say the thing that just opens the door to revelation. Look how wise I am. I do hope to be a channel for wisdom, though. Not my wisdom, but stuff that matters and that can help people live well. So that's what I'm reaching for with this channel. And this song is about a quiet place amidst all that noise. A place where you can come back to what's real and true and beautiful and helpful and life-giving. And that little manger is such a powerful symbol of that. Whatever you believe, just think of that. This pregnant woman, Mary, on a donkey, traveling, so vulnerable. This embryo inside, this symbol of possibility. And there's no room at the inn. There's little Bethlehem, there's a stable. And the baby is born, and each Christmas there is hope for this world and for us, no matter where we are. Where are you on your journey? I wonder, dear viewer. I'm very blessed. I'm in a good place on my journey. It's been a long journey, and I hope there's a long way to go. But I'm in a place surrounded by love, loving family, work in the world that's meaningful to me and productive and prosperous. So fortunate. So blessed. And I think back to times where it wasn't easy, where I was really down and out and broken. So broken I didn't know that I could ever find a place in the world. Wasn't even sure I could look after myself, let alone a family. It's always hope, always. God is with us. There's a quiet place amidst the din. and place to go when there's no room at the inn. A still center in a world that spins. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, there are fairy lights where kitsch meets sublime, tinsel on trees, baubles that shine. There's a baby in a manger, a light divine. There's a promise of peace at Christmas time, a promise of peace. And there's a light that shines amongst the darkest street, and it'll lead you to that which you've forgotten that you seek. It's a quiet place for all who roam, for those who've wandered far from home. And there are fairy lights where kitsch meets sublime, tinsel on trees, baubles that shine. There's a baby in a manger, a light divine. There's a promise of peace at Christmas time, a promise of peace. So get off your high horse, open your heart, get on your donkey and follow that star. Bring your faith and your hope well worn. Bring what's longing to be born. There are fairy lights where kitsch meets sublime, tinsel on trees, baubles that shine. There's a baby in a manger, a light divine. There's a promise of peace at Christmas time. There's a promise of peace at Christmas time. Merry Christmas.